thank you so much for being with us today. And in one day that will go down in history as yet another historical day for our club, we are officially unveiling our new head coach, Mabhuti Khanyeza, next to me. And today is his day of welcome to our institution.
The most important thing is to make sure we take care of the project in front of us. This thing is bigger than everyone, matter. It's bigger than the chairman, it's bigger than Mina, it's bigger than the players. This thing is for people. It's not for Mina, it's not for anyone that I'm working with, but it's for people. There are people who are there in the village waiting for this team each and every week to come and play. What drives me to come here, because I'm a boy from rural areas. And then when I watch these people all the time, I watch this team, I follow this team. I've got about 7 games of this team, recent 7 games they play. Because there is something that just stick on me. Let me pay attention to TS Galaxy. What is happening? And I don't watch only the game, even the environment, even the supporters there, the drive, all of those things. As a young coach, you want to go a long way to come and then work under the environment. To me, it's the best thing. And then we should thank Chairman the opportunity. And then I'm very, very happy. I know Abanye is still young. I'm young in age. But my knowledge, my mind, I think is older than me now. And at the end of the day, I'm here to win. I think most of you know me. My character allows that. I just want to win. Nothing else. There's no replacement for it. No excuse. I cry, I fight tears to win. When I share these ideas with the chairman, we're on the same page. My point is that why do you worry about people who are behind you and if you're ahead of them? Here we're here to take one game of the time, and then we deal with it, that 90 minutes. And then we can't talk about 9 games, because that's another problem. We talk, that game is so face at that time, which is TS posting next week, and then we're starting our preparation today, and then we deal with it. And then the next game again. And then I don't feel any danger, I don't feel any pressure. Pressure is a medicine to me. I like to be under pressure. Even you are under pressure there because you need to come back with a story. It's the same thing. Pressure is a pressure all over. As we always have learned to you don't feel pressure, you don't know. If a person wants to be successful, you need to put yourself under pressure. You need to feel pressure. Because if you're comfortable, you don't know what you're doing, you'll never achieve anything. But in Djibouti, I don't have a problem. Bring pressure to me. It will help me to heal because it's a medicine.
Thank you, Tabang. Good morning, colleagues. I can equally say good morning, South Africa. Thank you so much for being with us today. And in one day that will go down in history as yet another historical day for our club, we are officially unveiling our new head coach, Mabhuti Khanyeza, next to me. And today is his day of welcome to our institution. As young as he is a very young coach, but I believe South Africa is now about to find out as to his capabilities when coming to football. Many may not necessarily know that actually, while he was a player, he has been coaching Mabhuti. He has been coaching in the APC Municipal League. He has been coaching his own youth setup and development. He has been a good servant of the game. He would sacrifice his own time. Sometimes, now I can tell you things you were not aware of. Sometimes he will leave here in Sunning Hill, was, for example, playing for Supersport, and travel to Maritzburg to train his club and drive back later. So you can now tell me as to which player does that in our current crop of players. Many, as we know, they're all about their time after training. So, coaching is not new to him. Many may say or may think that it's a new appointment, it's a new head coach. Yes, maybe on paper this club, but this is a job that he has done for many years. And now, I don't want to talk about his football experience because we all know better about it. He's one of the few players living in this country who have scored more than a century, 100 number of goals. So this is well documented. However, when coming to football coaching, he didn't only coach his club, he assisted teams to promotion to the NFD in the APC. It is not necessary to name them, but he has been hands-on involved with them. And today they are there. They are amongst the clubs in the professional ranks. So he has done a lot that a person such as myself would look at and say, this is the man. Because this institution that you are at, TS Galaxy, is a club that, one, thrives on human spirit. Therefore, that requires commitment, hard work, dedication. Here we eat, we live this game. Here we know that it's not only about us. It's not a personality game here. It's about the institution that we are building for our country. I had said it many times before, that people are longing for new ideas, fresh ideas, for a young, vibrant football club that will change the football landscape. And we had been in that cause and process, and we have been achieving gradually. It doesn't come any better today other than illustrating confidence in one of our own who is young, who has got the drive, who's got the determination. As a player, he has been a winner, Mabhuti. Surely, even to this day, many would question, a center forward of his physical makeup. But I have said it, he's got more than 100 goals. So it shows that he's got the drive, he's got the determination, he's a winner. He doesn't settle for less than success. Now, at the stage where this institution is, we needed a coach of his caliber. And we so happen to be very fortunate in that amongst our players, there are players that he has developed. Not developed because he found them fine playing football, no. Developed as in having found them, knocked in their parental home doors and saying, I'm asking for this boy. Mama, talent. One case in point here is our best performing player. He's our goal outlet, Ukhayeli Shozi. He found him from nowhere. The father was surprised when Mabhuti walked in and saying, then today, we, TS Galaxy, we became a beneficiary of his hard work over the years. We have Usizwe Mlinzo is wearing our jersey number 10. He has been instrumental to our success, Nedbank Cup, as we all know. He comes from his hand. Shangase is here. Siyabonga Khumalo is here. Those are the players. And it is not by design. It just so happens that we became this club that has benefited from his dedication to the game and hard work. And there are many others in other clubs. So when you are TS Galaxy, you know all this. Fortunately, we're a club that is vested with football information because we've been at grassroots. You know, I've worked almost in every township or village in this country. So I know what has been happening where, when, and how, more especially when coming to grassroots talent. Personally, I think I've raised many players from nowhere. So surely I'll be seized with this kind of information. And definitely, I looked at that and I said, this is the profile and the caliber of a person that this club requires at this stage. We have the talent, but all is lacking is to instill that winning mentality. We became our worst enemies in that the success in the shortest period of time that we achieved obviously came to our heads. So we needed someone who will come in here and bring the mind shift. And it is already starting to show because, you know, him and I obviously started talking early last week. And during the course of time, you know, we tried to implement some of the things. And we're coming from a very good win away from a very, very good team, Itax. And I am so confident that with our support as a club and our broader community, and the media itself, we have a coach here who, after 5 years, all of us are going to be very proud of. As the media, we also need to give support to our people. We have talent here. Half the time, a shipment comes from Serbia. I'm sorry to name a country, but it's an example. You know, or from somewhere else. They arrive here, we praise them for nothing. And you know what? Sometimes they become lucky. They win a few games, they string a few good results, and say, hey, this man is great, is this and that and the other. And when our own loses 1 or 2 matches, then we start nailing them down. No. Let's appreciate what we have as a country from a talent point of view, be it football, playing talent, or this kind of a talent. So today, this young coach is taking a huge responsibility. And what pleases me is that he's well aware. You know, he told me so many times that this is a big club. And he also appreciates that we have a broader community behind this club. It's not only about the players playing in the training field or during a match, but it is also about the broader community. We are a club that inspires hope and confidence to all people of our country, more especially those in the rural areas. We have said it before, that wherever they are, whoever you are, don't think where you're at should define your destination in life. We are the epitome of that, and we are a living example. We have taken this club from nowhere to where it is, and with people who had no chance in football. So I trust and believe that all of us, myself included, will embrace such a talent. And we'll make sure that it thrives and it succeeds. It becomes what it can be from a coaching point of view. Personally, I'm confident. He's got the drive. He's got the belief. He's got the confidence. So let's all join him in that route. Let's support him. And he'll do wonders for the country. Because when TS Galaxy achieves, the country eventually achieves. So I thank you so much for affording us the opportunity. And I'm sure you will be on the same boat as me in ensuring that we have a very good, successful young coach. Thank you.
Mama Sukazi, Mabhuti Sukazi, thanks a lot. I think some other things we need to understand. We never spoke before to chairman. It only took us about 1 week, 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah, it took 20 minutes, and then we're in the same page, both of us. I was telling myself even before that, I think we found each other. He was doing the same thing that I'm doing somewhere. Nama was doing the same thing that he's doing somewhere. I think we found each other. But the most important thing is to make sure we take care of the project in front of us. This thing is bigger than everyone, madam. I think that's why you are here, not as a media people. This thing is bigger than everyone. It's bigger than the chairman, it's bigger than Mina, it's bigger than the players. This thing is for people. It's not for Mina, it's not for anyone that I'm working with, but it's for people. There are people who are there in the village waiting for this team each and every week to come and play. What drives me to come here, because I'm a boy from rural areas. And then when I watch these people all the time, I watch this team, I follow this team. I've got about 7 games of this team, recent 7 games they play. Because there is something that just stick on me. Let me pay attention to TS Colors, what is happening? And I don't watch only a game, even the environment, even the supporters there, the drive, all of those things. It encourages you as a young coach. You want to go a long way to come and then work under the environment. To me, it's the best thing. And then we should thank the Chairman the opportunity. And then I'm very, very happy. I know Abanye is still young. I'm young in age. But my knowledge, my mind, I think is older than me now. And then 2, all of us, we need to understand that let's help and then let's support something like this. Let's encourage something like this. I think this is the only team who give a platform young, growing up people. Even the players are young, 18, 17. And then what gave me more of a confidence, the chairman is not afraid to put these young players, for us to play these young players, to give them opportunity, because that's the only way they're going to grow. And then I think now we need to support, especially in the Fananale, and then support the leaders of these things. Because Tina, we don't know deep what was Zala. We should took up us in week. I never met the chairman before. I always know the name, he always know my name. But it took us 20 minutes. I said, 20 minutes. No. I think we're in the same page. And then this is what I want. And at the end of the day, I'm here to win. I think most of you know me. My character allows that. I just want to win. Nothing else. There's no replacement for it. No excuse. I cry, I fight tears to win. When I share these ideas with Germany, we're in the same page. If we meet most of the time now, we spend about 4 or 5 hours talking. We're in the same page. The players that he knows, the players that I know. That's a very, very important thing. I didn't took this job because of a job that I need to get paid at the end of the month. I took this job to come here to plant the seed to these players for them to be better. Because I feel bad each and every time I sit at home, and then there's young kids who need the knowledge, who need that experience that we have. They are waiting outside. That's why I'm repeating again. I didn't took this job because of I need to get a salary at the end of the month. I took this job to help those who need to be helped, to plant the seed that I need to plant, to leave a legacy. I'm not working for money. I'm working to leave a legacy, something that you never buy. Because it will clear, All in all, I'm happy to be here. And then we'll work harder. And then we communicate. He's got his experience and the knowledge and cool in football. Some we can ignore Leon. He work with our teams, achieve a lot of things. I want his experience next to me, because now he's got that drive for the team to be successful. He can't bring me here and then I can't drive for a team to be successful. At the moment you're speaking the same language. I eat football, I live football. There's nothing that I do. It's football all the way. And then I wanted a platform like that. I don't do anything. I don't have any job. It's just football. I don't have any time to spend. It's just football. And then he was shocked. I wake up early in the morning, I write things for football. I move with books and everything in my car for football. Nothing else that I do. I can drive all the way to watch football. Because what we need to understand, I even told him last time, sometimes I'm mad. I don't know. Because my thinking is somewhere else. But in Kazuti, it's very, very important to all of us to support the institution, the project as a government. I think we need to be more positive than to be negative in the necessity. And then he will help me a lot to get experience and then to be successful at club. I wish if we got maybe had chairman some other t-shirts, give everyone a wear red. In a mangal matter. You're red because we need to start supporting this team now. You know, I know we've got your teams. Maybe put underneath the red and then. That's what I'm looking for, brother. I know some will raise some questions. I've been in football for long. I always have that mentality. I can't even work in football more close to 20 years and then I don't know what I'm doing. You understand? I told the chairman I will never choose to go and commentate. I don't know how to do that. We see a lot of players, they finish football, they go and commentate. Me, I want to coach. I'm coaching football done. I can't sit there and say you were supposed to do this and that. I need to go there and implement it. That's my drive, that's what I have. Because we need to understand. I know people with that fear or something like that. I'm fearless. I don't fear anything. I'm very, very strong mentally. And then I don't back off in anything that I do. Because I want a success and I want to be successful. And then when I found the same thing with chairman, he's got the same mentality. And he said, let's go for it. Because now I don't settle for less. I don't get comfortable for less. I always want to make sure that whatever that you do, we are successful all the time. I understand. Because it's very, very important to everyone to know why I'm here. And that's the main thing. And then all in all, thanks to everyone. The chairman to give me this opportunity. My mind is outside there, not here. Because I just want to see what is happening outside. But thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Coach. Members of the media, this is your opportunity to ask your questions. We will not be having one-on-ones, so we're going to have to ask you to take your questions right away. We'll take 2 questions at a time. If you could raise your hand, name, media house. We'll start with you, Velile, and Tsepo. We'll come to you.
Yes.
Velile?
Velile from SABC. Chairman, how important is the word patience? Because we still in the country, sometimes we give young local coaches the chance, but the club chairman are not patient. Especially now with the season approaching the business end. And also if you can give us what is the mandate. It comes in at this critical time. What is the mandate between now and the end of the season? And also the question to Mabhuti is congratulations on the new job. What have you learned? We've been at 2 clubs, part of the technical team. What do you say you've learned? Well, I think you've worked with 3 coaches, 2 Europeans and 1 local. What have you learned in this period?
Okay. Taking another one.
Tsepo, can we have your question?
Oh yeah, to the coach, congratulations on the new job. I just wanted to know, maybe a little bit in the next question, in terms of looking at the team where they are now. I mean, yes, politically, there's still a possibility of making the playoffs, but at the same time, there's danger that so what is it that Coach Khanyeza wants to do with the team moving forward with the 9 games to go?
Okay, yeah. On the question regarding patience, I think we have illustrated without any shadow of a doubt that we thrive on that. Because if you look at our matches with our former coach, Coach Dan, sorry, you know, this season in the league, the results had not been coming. We saw ourselves having played 20 matches with 4 wins, just as an example. And at no point in time we were panicking, actually. At no point in time we were threatening, you know, to fire the coach and giving him this last game or 2 games. No. This club is a club with fresh, innovative ideas and approach to the game and the business of the game of football. We need to illustrate that. We need to show that we are a modern, young club that comes with fresh approach, as opposed to working in accordance, I will call it, for a want of a better expression, in accordance with the old methods. So we're not worried about these things. We don't set time frames. Go to Coach Manga, we need 10 games or whatever, in so many, then is out. No, this game is not, this is one business where it doesn't matter who you are within the structures of this business. At the end of the day, when it matters the most, you will have nothing to do with it. It is the players. So you are not in control. It's like jumping into an airplane. As clever as you are, you may know as much about what, but once that pilot gets on those joysticks, you are not in control. You can plunge this thing anywhere. The same applies in football. We are not in control. It doesn't matter who you are, the players. So it means when you are within the periphery or you are within the outside, other than the playing field, you have to do as much to make sure that everything ties up together so that it can also filter down to the playing field. So it starts at the top, it filters through. We are about that, and I'm sure we managed to get it right in the shortest space of time. And I can assure you that we'll get it even better in the immediate future. This is one club that all of us are going to be proud of. So, yeah, I think I've answered. I mean, patience is not an issue with us. It's something that is there naturally, given our fresh, innovative approach to the game business of football. The mandate, once again, for a young coach like this, surely, it will be silly of this club to set a specific mandate. You must do this, failing which. No, man. You know, you want a coach in football to come and settle with a fresh mind within a very good, accommodative environment. He needs to find all these things when he lands. Once you set these mandates, in my view, personally, and therefore the view of this club, once you start setting these kind of mandates, you are destined to fail because you are causing tension. People, while they work, they know this mandate. When something just shows that maybe that mandate may not be achieved, then panic sits in. Everyone, it's not only him who will know, everyone will know about the mandate. The players will know, the supporters will know. Once there's panic, there's anxiety, then everything gets derailed. I'm saying no. I mean, we didn't do it with our previous coach, Coach Dan. We never said your mandate is to win the Nedbank Cup. But what Coach Dan found here was an enabling environment, different to all. He still speaks highly about this club. By the way, he was at our last game, dressed up proudly in a TS Galaxy regalia, watching us against Tuks. Where does that happen? A coach who had just left the job, right? So it shows you the club we're at. that here, we've got a different approach to things. And our achievements won't happen, never happen by accident. And I'm sitting here, I feel we haven't done nothing. Because this country needs a lot. There's a lot that needs to change in football in this country. And a young club like this has to be an agent of the change. So these mandate stories don't work here. We've got a lot of work to do on a day-by-day basis, minute by minute, hour by hour. He's right. We spent 5 hours in our first meeting talking. Last night, 6 hours. But then prior to that, it took us 20 minutes on a call, one call. It was clear to me that this is the coach for this club. And it became equally clear to him that this is a club for him, where he will thrive and succeed. And it's correct. Prior to that, I had never spoken to Coach Mabhuti or Mabhuti as a player before. And we knew of each other, might have seen each other, so it's not something that had been engineered some time ago, prior to last week. No, I had never told him that he needs to attend every game of TS Galaxy when we were playing down in KZN. No, he did it out of his own volition. So things happened the way they were meant to happen. So it so happened that the club that he put his own focus on would be the club that he will now take the responsibility of carrying it forward.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh.
Okay. I think based to question, to work with different coaches, it gave me a lot of experience, but in a different way. And then coaches, they work differently, but you're always looking for a common thing, that is football. And then you learn different things so that you can carry it wherever you go. Some, you'll apply it, some, there's no need to apply it, because remember, you work with different individuals, different personalities of players, all of those things. I'm not the type of a person that whatever that I've learned. First I look at the personality of a player. I don't try to apply what I've learned 2 years back. I look at personality, I look at character, and then we can work from there, because people are different. My players are different. Players are sensitive. All of those things. You need to work his mindset. You need to go through to his mind. Some other things that you're going to apply will never exist to him. But end of the day, you're going to say the players are not listening, but because you didn't do into final years to understand him, to get his personality, and then to feel the character, what kind of a person, even to know his background, where he's coming from. Those are the most important things. We ignore those things. And then to know what happened yesterday, are you okay? All of those things. And then you'll never be successful when you coach, like you're getting in, and then boom, let's train and finish. You don't know, you don't understand my situation. We've got players who are very, very sensitive. The English generation it much. We've got players who always more popular of social things and everything now. And then you need to control all of those things. And then get the performance out of Lord. And then make them to believe and then to trust in the way inside. Without taking away, land would make them to be happy. That's the most important thing, that whatever that I've learned before, some I'll apply it, some I won't, because I need to start to get along and to understand the character of the players that we have. In a question of a danger, I don't see any danger. My question and then my point is that, why do you worry about people who are behind you, and then if you're ahead of them? Here we're here to take one game of the time, and then we deal with it, that 90 minutes. And then we can't talk about 9 games, because that's another problem. We talk that game is so first at that time, which is TS posting next week, and then we're starting our preparation today, and then we deal with it, and then the next game again, and then I don't feel any danger, I don't feel any pressure. Pressure is a medicine to me. I like to be under pressure. Even you are under pressure there, because you need to come back with a story. I mean, it's the same thing. Pressure is a pressure all over. Because we always have learned to go, you don't feel pressure, you don't know. if a person want to be successful, you need to put yourself under pressure. You need to feel pressure. Because if you're comfortable, you don't know what you're doing, you'll never achieve anything. But in usually, I don't have a problem. Bring pressure to me. It will help me to heal because it's a medicine for me. Thank you. To be here, I'm just here to inspire Abafana and then to plant the seed and then to leave a legacy and then to make sure that they benefit out of me. And then I said it even in Karen that I spent close to 20 years playing professionally and then work with different coaches. Any knowledge, any experience that I have, I'm here to try and then to help Wana to be better players. And then some I work with them that time before, and then football changed, and then there's new things, not the same like we used to work with them, and then I need to try to apply all of those things. But all in all, we spoke with Nabo earlier, and then they are happy, and then they'll benefit from whatever that I'll try to implement upon.
Coach, what inspiration or mental health?
Or the coach? Or I know it sounds, I don't know, but honest, machine. I fought with machine before, and then everyone didn't know what happened. But I realized, I sat down, when I got through in this thing, whatever that you were saying to me was spot on. And that's why I went back and then worked with him at Marisbeck. And then I still communicate with him. And then he's been sending messages all the time with me. Because what he brought, that transformation from playing local football to international football, it brought a lot of change in me to understand in that way. When I moved from Arrows, I played 5 seasons, playing locational style of football, playing the way I want to play. But when I went to Chiefs, and then everything changed. Because he picked up some small details, things that are happy to me now. If I can improve, I can be a better player. You understand? And then the only thing that I fought with him, I was always one to turn and shoot. And then to me, he said, sometimes you need to lay. Because I developed the thing where I'm coming from, turn and shoot. And then we fought. But when I sit down and then watch international football, I saw these things. That's what make better players, make good strikers. And then we spoke. After that, I've learned all of those things from him. And then I still communicating. He is my mentor, Gakul, in everything in playing. From there, I've changed how I look at a game, how I watch a game, how I talk about a game. And then we communicate a lot. And then he was happy that I'm here. He said if he was not far, I was going to bring flowers. But red flowers to follow the colors of the team. But he's happy. And then he pushed me. And then to have that feeling that one day I want to coach. I want to be like this coach. I know he fights. Some other things I learned from him, but he brought a change to me in football. A lot. I know we always deal about, football, they don't do this. But football, 2 ways. Our style, all of those things. But if you look at football, and then even now we communicate me each and every time because he's in the panel of FIFA. In 6 months down the line, all the time he sends me some stuff so that I can go through to get updated with the football, international football. You understand? And then you need to look around. I fought with someone for a good reason, and then I'm benefiting of it. Those are the things.
Thanks, Coach. Chair, if you want to...
Yeah, what are the questions? The transition, that's the first one. The second one?
What made you
Just to... No, the question to
The
Buchuni
transition is
just
the
to-
first one, the
yes.
second one?
The second one was to the coach in terms of his
Made
mentality.
you look at him, take a coach.
Oh yeah, from
the team
KZN you
back
said.
position.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
All right. Yeah, so look, surely it will take some doing to transition from coach then. You'll know that he's one coach who spent, I think, the longest time. I'm sure in his coaching history, he also spent the longest time in a club here. We worked very closely together. He's a human being I've spoken to, have been speaking to the most the entire week. He also endorsed Mabhuti's appointment. Yes, I went to him. He gave his opinion and he gave it a thumbs up. So he's, he's part of this institution in general. Never mind that he might not be sitting on our bench. He's concerned. I've already said it, that he came to our game proudly, TS Galaxy, nothing else against Stags. We are that club. People's relationships are key. I don't believe people meet by mistake. There should be a reason, surely. There's a purpose in life, nothing else. So, from a footballing point of view, did I persuade him to stay? I'm realistic, and he's a realist too. At that time, when the results were not coming, he was realistic with the situation, and he didn't want the danger of losing his change room. He had believed, and I think it was correct, that he had given his best, he had done everything humanly possible under the circumstances, and yet there was not the similar type of a response from our playing personnel, and therefore only a change could bring about change, more especially with the results. Right, and I understood. So I didn't persuade him any further than that. It was clear to me in as much as it was crystal clear to him. Yeah. And then why a coach from KZN? Look, when...
In a team specific, the team that was going up.
Yes. Of course, indeed, the province didn't matter. And certainly, when you look at it with a very analytical mind, bright people such as you would put all this analysis and say it's a strange appointment. The Amazulu are getting relegated, and Mabhuti is there, and you would believe, correctly so, that is also responsible for their position in the log. And I would support you if I didn't know what I know. But then, yeah, and largely what I know is him, the man. The football man in him, the football spirit, the football drive, the football hunger, the football determination. And I looked at our club. What is it lacking? Hunger, drive, determination, effort, hard work. Right. So it's a like for a like. He's hungry for success, always hungry to win, plays to win. We lacked that, So I said, you come, this you match together with that, you bring it here, you plug it in, it will result into what we want to see happening about this club, because all of us have been concerned about the turn of events, following our well-documented success. So therefore, we needed a person, a man, a coach such as him. And then over and above it all, I've said it, I knew his football involvement from a coaching point of view, and I knew his contribution. Some clubs may not raise their hands now, but in the NFD, he played a direct contribution. He would leave his training and go there and prepare for playoffs, and they won the playoffs. And, so I knew, and I knew the talent that he produced. We are proud. We are the beneficiaries of his hard work.
I think we work strategically. We talk, we discuss, and then we come, because something that we must seem taking away from which chairman. He knows football, he plays football. Even before he plays, he knows, he understands. We speak the same game. We will normally most of the time getting together and come to a strategy to do things in the final sensing at that time. I know it can sound strange when, because it's always say coach. This thing is not for me now. It's for everyone who's around there. And then whoever comes with a positive contribution, I'll take it. And then we do it, and then we get a result. My tempo, I think all of you need to understand. I'm a different person now, but when I'm getting there, I'm someone else. Because of why? I love this thing, I live this thing. Temper comes from Lapo. Maybe I'll be dead long time ago if I apply the same tempo even in community. But but because of the game, I love the game. And then that temper comes automatically. Somehow now when I score, I always make sure that sometimes I need to control it. But it does happen automatically. Because at the end of the day, I think you should do that now. What make me happy, what make me sleep is to win a game. Nothing else. What take away the tempo and everything is to win a game. What make me to watch a TV is to win a game. Because I feel like I'm useless if I watch other people. I didn't win, I lost what I'm watching. You understand? Zonke is boiled from Lapo until it comes in. I know where I am, I need to control there and there. Maybe the chairman will need to hire a bigger guy to control me next to me. Well, I don't know. But end of the day, we need to understand that whatever, we are not like that. I'm not like that. I'm a simple person. But because of the character that and in the character that I need to implement to these players, and then that's something I need to bring to them. They try to make it tempo sometimes, not all the time. But what make me sleep and then Chobang is to win. Okay. I don't like to settle for less. It's to win. And then the champions got the same mentality to win. Everyone here in this team, they want to win. Why are we running away of Leon? Because if we are channeling our effort and our mindset in that, chances are less of us not achieve Leon. You see, you can't wake up in the morning and say, or lose. What kind of a person you are? You can't walk then by the field and say, I'm going to lose. Whatever that we do, whatever that we're trying to do now, that's what I'm saying, my mind is there. Because I just want to see us winning there quickly. And it will make me happy. But at the end of the day, they don't make these other things.
Coach, and then on the matter of your style of play, does it matter how you win?
I think in the style of play, games are different. And then we always need to approach our game differently. We need to have an identity here too. But some other game need a strategy to go over beyond. Because if you have that belief, my style is like this, you don't even see danger, or you don't even close the danger, or you don't even overcome a situation. Because when you believe this thing is red, all the time is red. You understand? You don't even see if some maybe see maroon, because you've got that belief. What I'm trying to say that we will have an identity yet, 60 or 70%, but 30% will be strategy of approach of according to our position. I was requesting even to the chairman that we from now on we go and watch games. The next opposition, that's the person I'm talking about, because you can't take it away of ability. Technically, they sound. I think this is one of the best team in the league, even in professional. You don't see them losing a ball easily technically. We have go and watch in professional football my teams. I told him one day I watched the Super Sport and Arrows. I slept because of the technical ability problem. They're kicking fouls, this and that, and all of those things. But what I'm trying to say, this team has got an advantage. I watched this team. I already have something in my mind. We are covered in that aspect of the technical ability. And then how do you exercise Leon Tole in certain areas? That's what I'm saying. We will have the identity yet of playing different, not only one, not only playing plan A, plan B, and then we'll have a transition every time based with team as face it about the. And then I think with that approach we'll come out with something, because we mustn't lose the identity yet. Understandable. That's why all of us have identity documents on it. Thank you.
President, I'm sure if your question has been answered. Okay. Colleagues, thank you so much for your time. Chairperson, if we could just have a symbolic handshake.
Sorry, Chair.
Sandra.
Okay, sure.
One more this side, cool. Got you?